This is where all the transports come in, bringing in all of the profile that you can see here on the racks. So this is basically everything stocked here that goes from these extrusions, making them into the final product. We also have automated machines that will cut the steel as well, and same goes for the profile. It will be cut automatically. If it's a larger quantity job, then we have the ability to have that totally automated. So basically the profiles are essentially only loaded on the beds by hand, and then the machines take over and they literally cut it, stack it, and then we just label it. So it's a fully automated system that way. There's barcodes that identify everything, and we can, that way we know where everything is. We can follow it, but we also know which project is where in the production line. So this area is probably, out of all of our equipment, likely the oldest, but sort of the simplest tasks to be accomplished here. The steel's cut, and we also have profile being cut in this area as well. If anything goes offline, if we have any mechanical failures, we have a manual backup for everything. So any machine that's 100% automated, we also have the manual equivalent. So worst case scenario, we can keep going by hand and keep things working if we did have a serious mechanical failure. So that's good. I mean, that's the investment in machinery. You don't want to just get rid of everything just because you got a new machine, because you never know what's going to happen. And sometimes with larger jobs, we're really working things to the max, and they're running hard all day long, all shift long. What you're seeing here is sort of a lot of the origins of the company and where, how things are made right from day one at Tiltco. So it's kind of nice to have all that stuff maintained and keep it working smooth. Right from here, you go right into basically our Cadillac. This CNC machining center was manufactured for us, for our system. It's programmed to do everything that we need to do, from cutting, hardware machining, anything, drainage hole cavities. So it does it all, and it does it really fast and super precise. So this is basically how we're able to control our tolerances, is through machinery like this. It's all about precision. So however many thousandths of a millimeter you can go down to, the better your product is, right? So these guys are a little bit more specialized and a little bit more custom, like we are, but in the CNC game. So a lot of the machinery you see here is updated and has to be changed for any new products that we introduce as well. After it goes through here, as I mentioned, after it's cut or after it's machined, there's barcodes that are put on all the profiles. And again, they're also labeled by hand. Like, we have the ability to hand cut and manually manufacture everything as well. So this is basically where everything is going on for cutting and machining. We have a multitude of different welding machines. We have single point, there's 3-point and 2-point, and then we have the big monster 4-point welder as well. So you can see it's in stages like any other production flow. And there are a few things that are done manually by hand still. One of them is gasketing, and then the other one obviously is glazing. This machine here actually cleans the weld, so you always have a little bit of an over weld scrap material that is a result of the welding process. I don't know what we call it in this industry, but it's called flashing and everything. Yeah, burn off or whatever. And so what happens is we take the window, and it's automatically with a blade trimmed off and cleaned up on the face of the frame and sash as well. Okay, this is the outside, obviously, of our paint facility here, and then it's a pretty specific paint process for PVC. It's a water-based paint, but very durable as well, but no off-gassing, and pretty environmentally friendly in the way of paints. And everything that's done at this point for what we consider below high volume will be done in squares. So we'll take the whole unit, will go in, frame and sash separately, and it's painted all the way around. and we can, you know, we can change that to be one color on the outside, one on the inside, and completely custom process as well.
Okay.
So what these guys are doing is they're putting the finishing touches on any connections, testing tolerances for size fit, and then they're going to be putting the hardware on, so all the locking mechanisms, hinges, and anything else that's operational hardware within the window or door system as well. And once that's done, everything's mocked up and tested here on the floor to make sure that it operates correctly. And if we had some curtain wall to show you here as well, you would see that being fully mocked up on the floor and made sure that all the tolerances are within our specs. And so basically it's kind of our quality control area, if you will.